Today, we're gonna play a prank on a bike shop, or more specifically, an unsuspecting bike mechanic. We have an absolutely ridiculous bike, a professional improv actor who's playing a clueless consumer, and he's gonna come in with a bag full of confounding bike parts. Let me show you what we've got here. This bike is about 30 years old and depreciation has not been kind to it. Even in great condition, we got it for $60 on Facebook Marketplace. The geometry is way outdated. You'll find parts on it that don't even exist anymore. And it came from the days where if your seat post was too low, it would crash into your rear suspension. To put any real money into this bike would be irrational. But our clueless consumer absolutely loves this bike and he wants to do some serious upgrades to it. This is Sram AXS, a wireless shifting system that you would only find on really high-end bikes. In fact, just this derailleur is $400. This chain is $95, and we have a few other parts with it. Now, because this bike is so outdated, none of these parts would even fit on it, and if you wanted to install them, you couldn't even buy adapters that would make it possible. It'd be like installing a heat-seeking missile guidance system on your lawnmower. So we contacted Wheels Manufacturing for some help. They said, hey, this sounds really funny. Our R&D team would like to help you out. We're gonna build up a wheel and we're gonna fabricate a special axle on a lathe that's gonna make all this fit. And then we're gonna package it up like it's an actual part that exists. And so our clueless consumer is gonna walk into a bike shop with this $60 bike and $1,000 worth of state-of-the-art parts.
Can you install this shifter?
So this morning, with permission from the owner of the shop, we hid cameras all over the place. We have one over the work stand, we have one at the front door, and our clueless customer is gonna be wearing a hidden camera as well. I think he can pull this off. Let's go drop him off at the bike shop.
I'll be right with you. Hey.
Come here.
All right. So I want these on this bike.
Let's take a look and see what you got. I see what you're intending to do here. I'll meet you back over here. Okay, first things first, let me measure this hub here. It's really strange. Do you have something that like custom modified this hub?
I just asked around. I called so many different shops and one of the shops sent me this.
It might work. The defining factor is going to be if this wheel fits in that frame. This is what's called a through axle wheel. This is 100% not a through axle bike, nor was it ever designed to be a through axle bike. It can't be converted to it. So if this happens to fit in those stays, the bolt-on axle that you brought me may work. 12 by 164. So here's how we'll do this. We'll do an initial diagnosis just to see if I can physically get the wheel in the bike. Okay. If I can do that, then I'll call you with the price to get everything installed and running. Let's see what you brought me crank wise. Those will technically work. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me grab your info. I'll see if I can fit that wheel in there physically today, and if I can, I'll make it work.
Sweet.
Let me grab you over here.
Pat is being so professional. I think when the guy walks out is when Pat is gonna say what he really thinks about this.
Okay, I'll call you with my findings here later this afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Take care.
Thanks.
there might be something going on here.
Something going on.
Like maybe it's cooler than I think it is, because like Walmart bikes emulate bikes from the past that may have been really sick when they came out. I don't think this is one of them. The only thing that throws me for a loop is the fork. I'm gonna look that bike up. There might be something going on here. They call it a rock what?
Rock Point Motive.
1994.
Dude, you slayed the objective.
Oh yeah, he was so down for it.
What, did he make any faces?
Oh, he did. When he looked at the wheel, he said, "Did you get this custom fitted?"
Pat was being super professional.
Oh.
He immediately knew. He's like, if this axle fits, he's like, what the f? He's like,
This will work.
I can't only imagine what he's saying right now.
There are many things I was thinking I might do today. This wasn't one of them. So I'm not kidding when I show you. Why wouldn't it work? I don't know why it wouldn't work. It's totally gonna fit. It's not unsafe. It's built right. Okay, I will make this work. Somebody with a machine shop got a little crazy. Oh baby. Dude, I think we're gonna clear. I can't believe this is gonna work. Someone's tried to make this work. Every box is open and like the chain already has one of the links taken out of it. It's got a $90 chain on a $90 bicycle. It works. You want to call them and ask about grips?
So everything looks like it's going to be working, but you'll need new grips because...
Part of your grips integrated with your grip shifter.
All right, that's perfectly fine.
And then bar ends. Do you want to keep the bar ends on it, or do you want to take those off? Those little
Keep them on.
things.
It looks like it's going to be working here pretty soon.
So we'll give you a buzz as soon as it's done.
All righty, thank you so much.
We can start heading there, I think.
Axis on a Walmart bike. It's bolted on and it works. I'll take it. Oh God, it feels so wrong.
Then you can be like, so while I have it here, can you guys swap the spokes from my front wheel to my back wheel and vice versa? If he takes you seriously, then I'm running in. Okay. There he goes into the shop.
Oh man, look at that.
What's up, dude? How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Intrigued. Did you buy the wheel as a whole or did they build it for you?
Man, it's been so long. I don't even remember.
Okay. The axle that you brought me fits. The new hanger is on there. I have your charger bits. Don't forget that. But
Alrighty.
it works.
Mind if I take it out?
Okay, he's taking it outside.
Ah, that is a nice bike.
Yeah, this is an interesting remix. Where'd you get the Access kit? It's just, I don't mean to pry.
No, you're good. I have this friend back home and he does a lot of biking and he just gave me a bunch of links to a bunch of different like websites. One thing though, could you rethread these onto the back one and then the back one, these? Could you rethread the spokes? I just want them back there, you know? Switch them out.
Well, they're the same spokes.
Yo,
Oh look, there's my friend.
what's up, man? I knew. Are you surprised that I made it work? Dude, I'm not surprised you made it work. You want to see where all the cameras are?
I saw GoPros all over.
So there's one up there. There's one to the right of that sign.
I don't know how you could have kept straight face through any of that. We have like 3 or 4 customers that are just about like your age looking to just walk in with GoPros on their thing.
Wheels Manufacturing made the custom through axle and everything on a lathe.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit fresh looking. So I've learned my lesson with assuming what other people are doing in a retail environment. I don't say things to anybody anymore. They just say, "Can you do this?" And I go, "This, a liquor store bag with Axis in it." It's like, okay, someone's already monkeyed around with this.
Dude, look at this bike. It actually looks pretty freaking cool back there. I'm sure many of you have experienced the prima donna pretentious mechanic who is just better than you from the second you walk in the door. That's kind of the opposite of what Pat did. And we knew that once we picked up the bike, we could be a little riskier. And so we tried to break him with the moving the spokes from the front to the rear wheel. I'm sure you have questions about this bike. Where did we get it? How does it ride now that it's been upgraded? We're making a behind the scenes video with tons of extra footage and tons of information, so if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed. I hope you learned something today, and if not, I hope you at least found this very entertaining. Thanks for riding with me today, and I'll see you next time.